These are the next few lines of Howl, who ate the lamb stew of the imagination, or digested the crab at the muddy bottom of the rivers of the valley, who wept at the romance of the streets with their pushcarts full of onions and bad music, who sat in boxes breathing in the darkness under the bridge and rose up to build harpsichords in their lawns, who coughed on the 6th floor of Harlem, crowned with flame under the tubercular sky, surrounded by the orange crates of theology, who scribbled all night, rocking and rolling over lofty incantations, which in the yellow morning were stanzas of gibberish, who cooked rotted animals, lung, heart, feet, tail, borscht and tortillas, dreaming of the pure vegetable kingdom, who plunged themselves under meat trucks looking for an egg, who threw their watches off the roof to cast their ballot for eternity outside of time, and alarm clocks fell on their heads every day for the next decade, who cut their wrists 3 times unsuccessfully, gave up, and were forced to open antique stores where they thought they were growing old and cried, who were burned alive in their innocent flannel suits on Madison Avenue amid blasts of leaden verse and tanked up clatter of the iron regiments of fashion and nitroglycerin shrieks of the fairies of advertising and the mustard gas of sinister intelligent editors, or were run down by the drunken taxicabs of absolute reality.
This is a story about destruction. About a world burned and burned again, burned over. This is a story about the death of a world that died so long ago there are none now who remember it. We took refuge here, in Convergence Valley. In this isolated place, we could be saved from the devastation that fell outside, and as the world burned, we hid away here, among the peaks. Beside the slope of Do Not Go There, at the end of the world, in the vast, barren expanse of the flats, yes, at the mouth of the river that is her mouth. It was a strange and hostile place, but in a world gone mad, it was home. And we survived. And maybe, for a time, we thrived. And then the unthinkable happened. Shoots through the ashes. Little by little, the world once burned over, it began to heal. Green shoots returned to the flats. The winds that cut us off from the outside world were becalmed, caught in the doldrums of something else, something waiting. And Convergence Valley was no longer a place of refuge, but a prison. Or was it something else? This is a story about what happens when a nation falls. This is a story about what happens when everything we took for granted is upended and destroyed. This is a story about a shelter torn asunder by the forces of human lives and human will. This is a story about that most destructive thing of all. This is a story about hope. Welcome to Convergence Valley, or what's left of it.
Welcome back to Desperate Attune and another session of Apocalypse World Burned Over that we are doing once more again, though this time -3. We are 1 player short. So we'll see how it goes. But our story carries on. I'm your host, Holly, and with me are, not as always, because we are lacking 1 player, but with me are Klow. Hello, Klow.
I have been here. I am saying hello. Hello.
Hello. With me is also Salty.
Hi, chat.
Yes. Hi. And Aadiyat.
Hello.
Everyone has said hello. A very short and brief introduction. We are back to the story of Convergence Valley and this apocalyptic setting that is growing and developing as ever. And last time, we saw a number of events take place. We saw Tar-Minotaur seek out the Vice President Cotopaxi, who was the sort of civilian leader back in the days when the Convergence Valley was still under 1 rulership, and found out that Vice President Cotopaxi is old at making arrangements for the end of his life, and has as such designated an heir from among his polycule of partners, of whom very little is known, other than that this person, Jetlag Pistachio, is a kind of grey eminence and apparently very good at working people and has worked Cotopaxi successfully. We also saw Tar-Minotaur do a little bit of shopping and learned that as a knight, she is entitled to get free turbans. So that's nice. We also saw Lady Iskandaric get ready to attack Revolver Pistachio's shipment. And this went initially well, but then you came upon a distraction in the form of a train station with some armed guards. Unclear what was going on, but you found out that they had a monstrous mole chained in the basement. The purpose of this was very unclear. Thick as a Brick broke the radio, so you have no idea who they were communicating with, but they were communicating with someone. Like, you interrupted a call, and now everyone is either dead, has run away, either dead or has run away, and the radio is no more, and you have very limited information what's going on. But you have coached the monster back into its cage at the cost of your ambitious team member Egocentric being badly injured, and you are now waiting for the train. That was your next step of the plan, consulting the timetable to hope that the train comes around to bring you salvation.
That's right.
And speaking of this train, Perfidelity was on the train and has learned a great deal about it. That it has a place where it sleeps. There is a station where it goes somewhere outside the reach of the valley, where it gets repaired and worked upon. It goes there very seldom. And you worked this out. You made a sort of agreement with the train that you were going to repair its radio and restore its memories. You were somewhat able to restore its memories of the past, though not its distant past. There's a lot of histories here that are untold. And then you were interrupted by Damnau Egrivor. Or, well, this took sort of place at the same time, where you had a conversation with Damnau, who was essentially like, you should leave Tar-Minotaur. This is a bad relationship for you. How can you not see this? Which ended in you both agreeing to go down to Sikari's regret, if I recall correctly. But it was also established that Revolver Pinata has an interest in capturing you, or more to the point, the knight that is funding Revolver Pinata, that being Ashurdan, has reason to do so. I think that is everything. Am I missing anything of importance?
No, I think that's it.
As ever in this game, if that is all we need to set it up, there are some beginning of session moves to do, and this time we are going to do them all at once, and we are still learning this game. It is an evolving process. It has been suggested that we follow a procedure outlined in the book, where we list a couple of resources, and then see these in question for the entire gang, rolling all at once. And so I should list, I guess, 4 at the start. And so I have listed as the resources that are in question this time, heat, security, weaponry, and news. And we shall see how these are accessible to the people. Is that correct? Should I just list 2? Because the result can only... I'm checking in here.
No, I think 4's good.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. So we begin by making our beginning of session moves. And as a reminder then, Lady Iskandaric is at a train station by the river. Tar-Minotaur is in transit. Like, you can be in lots of places as your scene begins. And Perfidelity is still on the rail mall and may have trouble leaving because there are people who would like to keep you on the rail mall. But let us start with Perfidelity, because you are the person who has a move you do before living day to day. So would you mind doing that?
I will do my little ear to the ground now, and I name the location I am interested in hearing about when I do this. So it can be one of my ports of call, or it could be somewhere else. And I would like to choose the cradle of all evil. Do not go there. That's where I'd like to hear about, please.
Okay, that is a location that is not a port of call for you. It has no human population, but it is the source of monsters. Yeah.
Yes. That's a 9. So on a 7 to 9, I get to choose out of 3 options. So they're facing a serious problem there. Ask the MC what it is. Somebody there needs to talk to you. Ask the MC who. Or something bad is coming your way and the people there have a warning for you. I think it's interesting for somebody there needing to talk to me.
Okay, somebody at the Cradle of Monsters needs to talk to you. And that's it. That's the whole... All right. Okay. It has not been established that they can talk. So that's interesting. Very good. Then let's see the living day to day. And then I'm going to take a moment to think about what this means. Thank you for throwing this my way. That's unexpected.
Always, yeah. So I will now live day to day, which is a 10. So things are easy and free for me today.
Yes.
I got a 7.
You got a 7, so that means one thing is easy, one thing is hard.
And me am 10. Grammar.
Okay, interesting. We have a setup for you. Okay. So I will tell you Iskandaric first. I think that in your case, news is free. You have a train inbound, which is a source of gossip and news. So you will not have to struggle to get access to what is going on. And security, I think, is pretty easy.
Okay.
You can easily defend yourself. Like, you are attacking people, but you will be under no threat from Revolver Piñata in this case. You sort of successfully turned things to your advantage last session. As for Tar-Minotaur, I think, given that you're headed for Sicarius Regret, that is still the case, yes?
Well, I was trying to find Perfidelity, but Perfidelity is not there.
Yeah. You're trying to find Perfidelity.
So I don't know where I'm going, actually.
Yeah, that is true. You're tracking down Perfidelity. Very well. So I think in your case, your access to... I think access to weaponry is easy, because you have this whole market, you have this whole bazaar to go about. You're moving among traders, but I think in your case, what's interesting? I think it's interesting if news is hard for you. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure. That's good.
So news is hard, weaponry is easy, and Perfidelity. I think in your case, very clearly security is hard. You're not in a safe place. But what is easy to access for you is...
I did get a 10 plus, so something is easy and something is free for me.
Free. Yes, sorry, I mixed up. I thought there were 2. You're quite right. So, well, in that case, security... I will not say security is hard, because I cannot do that. So I suppose security is easy. I don't think it can be the case that it is free. You are still in some danger. But you have the advantage, and I think the advantage here is simply you know your way around the rail mall and the markets. So it is easy. And let's say that news is free for you then, as well as for Iskandaric. So both of you have easy access to information in this case, which makes sense because both of you are in contact with the rail mall and Tar-Minotaur isn't. So news for Tar-Minotaur is difficult. So all in all, that means Perfidelity as easy, news... No, easy security, free news.
Yes.
And the same is true for Iskandaric, actually. And Tar-Minotaur is in the situation of easy weapons, hard news. And I think that sets us up for where we wish to begin. And so the interesting thing, we've discussed a little bit that the time is strange within the valley. Like memory fades and gets warped, and particularly I think the rail mall is interesting temporally. And so I will begin on Perfidelity, who has spent some time within the confines of the rail mall. And I think it is the case for you that I think it's simply the case that the train is about to depart from the station. Now, this is weird because we haven't established what happened to Kid Gloves, but the train is as the train does. Kid Gloves always makes it back in time for the train, no matter what. But you have not seen them around. You just, I suppose you just, actually you're in the driver's area, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's no signal at all of the train moving. There's no whistle, there's no like engine powering up, but the timetable says that it is soon time to move. And the rail mall's timetable is seldom wrong. And so I think you are here. Revolver Pinata was still on the train with you, although not making any sort of action against you. And so is Damno Egravor. You were planning on leaving it together and going to Sicari's Regret.
Yeah. And the timetable says the train must depart.
Yes.
Oh. And Kid Gloves isn't here. The timetable says it must depart. Oh. And I imagine the timetable is such that it's going to be too close to the wire for the train to wait for its driver.
Yes. You don't know how Kid Gloves ordinarily manages this. The rail mall behaves in very strange ways, where its timetable often defies logic. So maybe Kid Gloves has a trick to this. You don't know. But the train, for its part, wishes to depart. And you're aware of this. You can read the timetable. You have communed with the train.
Yeah. You know what? I think I might open my brain to the train again.
Okay.
And ask it, what do you wish me to do? I think this is what. I don't think I can read a person with the train. I think open my brain makes more sense here.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
what I would
asking,
like to do.
and you want to know what the train wants you to do in this situation. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What is it expecting? What would happen normally? Can I just leave? Or is there a hand needed? Because we established it cannot hear the voice of the free market at the moment.
Yeah.
So what's the sitch with that? Open my train.
Yes. Very good. Open your train to the
I'm
world
so
psychic.
open to the train right now. Perfidelity is not beating the autism accusations.
No. 13. Okay, so you get good detail and might answer a follow-up question. So here is the case. We may have to flash back to Ahiri's further conversations with Kid Gloves next session, because Ahiri was talking to Kid Gloves. Ahiri has been talking to Kid Gloves. But I think the true fact that you will discover about this is that Kid Gloves is somehow going to be picked up along the way by the train. Meaning it is going to start moving, and then Kid Gloves will rejoin it very shortly. So this is the good detail you get. For which reason, the train does not necessarily need your assistance. This is a very strange and very old train, but it would appreciate it. I think you feel that it is more comfortable for the train for it to have a driver, even when it does not strictly speaking need one, right? So it is going to start moving, and then Kid Gloves is going to get aboard it. And how precisely this happens doesn't make a lot of sense, because ordinarily, of course, a driver has to start the train. But maybe Kid Gloves is able to do this remotely or something. However, it is a discomfort for the train. It would prefer that you're here, but it does not need it. I think that's the good detail of answer you get as you sense this this sense of familiarity, the sense of a need. And you may ask any follow-up questions, or you may ask a follow-up question or two. And I will also point out that if you take it on you to drive the train, I think that this will, in some way, forge a relationship with it. If you actually decide to drive the rail mall, for better or worse, it will imprint upon you like a baby duck upon its mother.
I think the one follow-up question I would like to ask is, because Perfidelity respects kid gloves, I think in a way they are brethren. Would kid gloves mind? Does the
I
train
think-
believe this?
So I think, again, what we have seen about kid gloves is that they are arrogant and does not believe that anything can possibly ever, like the rail mall will exist forever. This train is immortal. And so kid gloves would not mind, in the sense that kid gloves does not think that there's anything you could do to harm the relationship between the train and kid gloves. This isn't true, mind, but kid gloves thinks it is.
Well,
So there's your clear detail.
and would the train like to ask me anything back? Since of
Yes.
course.
I think it would. I think as you commune with it and as you are in touch with the world's psychic maelstrom, the train would like to ask you, would you like me to take you where you need to go?
Yes, I would. And I think Perfidelity, Damno is sitting in the driver's seat. So Perfidelity looks down, goes, I think you're sitting in my seat, Damno. Move over.
Yeah. Damnau sighs, rolls her shoulders back and gets out of the chair, and is fully expecting that you are just going to leave the train now and go back to Sikari's regret. But she gets out of the seat, steps aside, gives you the space to sit down. Maybe you need to, check some other thing. You were repairing it. Maybe you just need to check that the controls are working. So that's the sort of expectation she has.
Perfidelity, will sit down and go. The rail mall has a place to get to, and kid gloves to pick up. I'll meet you at Sikari's regret, I promise. I'll see you there.
Okay, I think you need to reason with them now. I think that's interesting.
I think Perfidelity presses one of the... Because, of course, you don't get on the rail mall and not have anything to sell. And I came from my... I came from my workshop, the Wend, and I think Perfidelity presses the prosthetic that she wanted to install in herself, but needs somebody else to. Goes, take this. I will come back for it. This is my guarantee to you. I promise I'll be back.
So this is your new bulldog jaw, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I think I am still reasoning, but I'm giving giving a reason, a definite. I will be back for you.
You are, yes.
Now I have +1 cool, but I also have breathtaking, which means when I reason with somebody, I add my psi to the roll. So I actually have a +3 because I have 2 psi.
Okay, interesting. And that is a 10. So, I think externally, Damnau simply shrugs and goes, yeah, all right. Better check in on the boss anyway. And Damnau acts as if this is just, all right, cool, whatever. I believe you. You didn't really have to give me this. But in fact, they are quite moved by it. So she is, she trusts you with this. She believes that, she understands that you're entrusting her with something important. But outwardly, it's very economical. It's very like, okay, I'll take it. I'll go. And this is very good for Damnau, because if you had missed this role, I think Damnau might have wanted to extend this conversation a little bit, and then she would still have been on the train when it needs to move. This is now not the case. Now, I will ask you, because you have rolled very highly here,
Mhm.
do you think Revolver Pinata is on the train or off the train when you start it and begin moving on to the next station?
Oh, I like the idea that. What does he want to be? Where does he want to be?
Yeah, so I think Revolver Pinata wants to be on the train to talk to Kid Gloves, but not necessarily traveling with you to this weird destination that is going on. And Revolver Pinata also ideally was setting up an ambush for you when you got off the train, which is not happening. So either Revolver Pinata is off the train arranging this ambush and the train just leaves without him, or Revolver Pinata is still on the train hoping to meet with Kid Gloves and then going somewhere else.
Yeah, let's keep. I think it's funny to have Revolver Pinata in the scene still.
Yep.
I think he's still on the train.
Yep, okay. So this funny little guy is still on the train as you sit down in the driver's seat, take the controls, and begin to drive. As the train tells you how it is done. You are a gear cutter, things speak to you, and in this case, the train is opening up. It begins to chug ahead. It heads into the mist, which is, I think, spreading out. And yeah. So Tar-Minotaur, here is the situation for you. You are driving Matthew Mark IV, right? You're a four-wheeler, and you're going between one market and the other, correct?
Yes.
In search of your squire. Yes. And so I think you are heading down the road as the mists that encircle the valley roll in. And this is a little unexpected. Like, there are these bouts of mists and this dangerous weather occasionally. Outside the valley, it constantly haunts the place. But I think the fog drifts in sometime. And you are not totally sure of where you are. Yeah, like I said, the news information, it's difficult for you. You're heading between the markets and you find unexpectedly, as you're not badly lost, but you're a little lost. You know how it happens. It gets foggy, you drive along a road you go like, I'm not completely sure about the direction. And then you will find the railroad. And it is going in a straight line. It is going somewhere. And I think in the distance, as you like get near it, you hear the sounds of this approaching train quite slowly, as if it is just pulling out of station. The rail mall is here, unexpectedly, in the midst of, well, not in the midst of nowhere, but in between two markets, bound along an old rail that is seldom used.
Right.
What will you do?
So the thing is, I know, and I'm speaking as Zoheb, that Perfidelity is on that train.
Yes, but I am aware that Tar-Minotaur does not know this. But
Yes.
the rail mall is also it is also not the case that you know that Perfidelity is necessarily at Sicari's regret. You haven't had an update from Perfidelity in some time.
Mhm.
But the rail mall is the best source of news in the valley. Like, it is generally the best source of information. So this is my angle.
So when it moves around, even if it's in the middle of nowhere, like, would I have any idea of like it stopping for me or something? Or because I'm just imagining, so in the real world, if there was a train passing me by, the train's just going somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. It has nothing to do with someone in the middle of the in the middle of the path stopping. Is this different here? Would I know it to be different?
Well, so it never makes unscheduled stops, but it's very weird what stops its schedules because, like, again, this train can do some really remarkable things. So sometimes it makes a scheduled stop in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is something that people know. It has happened that the rail mall like makes a scheduled stop and lets on a mysterious stranger in the middle of nowhere. It is also the case, I think, that you can simply drive after it or along it. It's faster than your four-wheeler, but you can follow it for a bit until it reaches a stop, even if it does not stop for you.
Does it have like? So of course it's got cargo containers and those cars.
Yeah.
In it.
It does. It's got cargo, it's got passenger cars, it's got... I mean, it's not... It doesn't just have passenger trains and cargo trains, because it is in many ways a moving settlement, right? So it's not that it has like a restaurant cart. It has a kitchen. It has like a cart that is just a home for some people that live and work there, and so on.
Then I think one of the things that it has is it's got like a service where if you drive alongside it and you kind of like give the signal, they'll throw a grappling hook towards you, and you can like hitch your car onto it and kind of like get onto the thing like it's a ferry.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I like that. So it doesn't stop for this. It's just like it drives past and throws out a grappling hook.
Yeah, I think I can drive next to it and kind of like signal someone on there for the service, because I think plenty of people use it to kind of get to where they would rather go rather than use their own fuel.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes.
We attempt this.
Okay. So how does this look? Do you just begin to drive slowly along the rail and let it pass you as you signal? Or do you stand there with your thumb up like a hitchhiker? Like, what's the procedure?
I park my car I park the buggy parallel to the train tracks, pointing in the same direction that the rail mall is going towards, and I turn around with my hand up to indicate that I am a passenger. And as the engine passes me by, I rev up Matthew Mark 4 to kind of like it's still faster than me, so I think like this kind of like eases out the speed differential a little bit. And as it speeds past me, I'm going to start seeing the long train of cars that are for this ferry service.
Yeah,
kind of like a come parallel to me. And if they had noticed me, which I assume they would have, there should be someone leaning out with a grappling hook.
Absolutely, yes. So I think we see this. There is this ferry section with vehicles loaded up. There are people up on it. I think they're very heavily dressed. I think they have a lot of gear on, particularly now in the mist. They have these big, heavy goggles. They have a lot of leather that's like packed quite tightly around them, tying down their clothes so it doesn't get stuck on something. And someone who you may well know, but it's impossible to recognize anyone in this fog and the dark, like throws out a line for you with a hook on the end, and you are able to secure this yourself. I don't think there's a roll here.
No.
You're able to secure this to yourself, to your buggy, and your plan is to just be dragged along to the...
Well, I think what else happens is that there's a very harsh floodlight that comes on because of this operation that's about to start. And from the side of this boxcar, a ramp comes down and kind of like starts juddering on the ground. It's kind of on the ground, but also kind of not. And then just the end of it is touching. And then basically secured with the grappling hook, I have to drive my buggy onto the ramp. And then they kind of like tilt it in.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can drive up on the train and actually get off it. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the operation that unfolds. There are two people. One of them works with a grappling hook. The other one lowers the ramp. It clatters along the ground. The mall never makes unscheduled stops. And this is not a scheduled stop, apparently. But you can still get on it. I really love this idea. So this mobile city just kind of anchors you in, drags you on board. You hear the shouting of the rail hands as they scutter back and forth. Someone grabs you, probably, like takes your hand, extends it. A little surprised at your armor, helps you off the buggy, begins to lash it down.
Yeah. And there's probably a conductor who's arrived at this point. And I say, I am heading to Sikari's regret.
Yep. And I think this conductor, who is one of the outdoor conductors, so also dressed in this very functional gear, I think they do have a conductor's uniform, probably.
Yep.
But they also wear the goggles and the mask against the fog and the dust and the dirt. So it's a bizarre look of like someone in a formal blue uniform with a little cap, but whose face is wrapped up in like dirty leather and goggles. They put a hand to where their mouth is, somewhere under the wraps, and coughs a little bit and goes, all right. We will be there ere too long. But there's a detour up ahead. Also, he looks to the side. He goes, hey, is that? And then as you are getting anchored up, we see kid gloves being helped onto the train. Not driving it, but also having been picked up from the other side of the train almost at the same time as you.
But they are not. But Kid Gloves doesn't have a vehicle.
No, you don't know
Kid-
exactly how this happened.
Yes,
This
good.
Yeah, Kid Gloves is being helped up on the side of the train. Like, you didn't see it. They were behind. They were on the opposite side of the cart, right? And then suddenly there are these rail hands just helping them up as they were helping up you. Except there's no visible vehicle, and like you can't run fast enough to run up the ramp. That's not possible. So,
Mhm.
but somehow this happened.
How old is Kid Gloves? Do you think?
I think Kid Gloves is pretty old, but has this aging gracefully air about them.
Mm.
They're an
So
Eldritch being out of time and space, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. But I do think they have the appearance of someone who is in their 50s or 60s, but has aged very well, right? So like
They've
not
got
very many
Botox.
wrinkles. What?
They have Botox.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think this energy of, definitely not a young person, but at the same time, like rather than having gray hair, they just have like slightly faded hair,
Mhm.
and not very many wrinkles, like age in their eyes, and moves a little slower.
Mhm.
But yeah, one of those lucky people. Basically, what I'm saying is, I guess this is a Keanu Reeves energy person, where you can see
Yeah.
that they're not young, but they also haven't aged very much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. I think Terminator respects Kid Gloves as well as the person who does what they do, and I think Terminator kind of like turns to Kid Gloves as they appear and says, "What is Kid Gloves' actual title?
Oh,
Do they have one?"
He's the person who runs the train, right? So he'd be the
the engineer, I guess.
engineer, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Engineer. It is an honor.
Kid Gloves looks back at you, still a little like being sort of helped up by the rail hands, and gives you a slight smile and says, "Knight. Well, likewise."
Mhm. I was negotiating with your. Was it a man, woman, someone? The conductor, I mean.
The conductor.
Mhm.
I think the conductor. Let's say the conductor appears masculine.
Yep. I was negotiating with your man here. I have purchased a ticket.
Good. All is well then, but you do understand. The rail mall does not accept favors. If you have purchased a ticket, all is well. And there is a sense of like respect for your station,
Mhm.
but also I think Kid Gloves is ever arrogant, does not accept social status. In a way, the rail mall is very egalitarian. Anyone who has money can ride it. Titles are not relevant in ticket costs.
Oh yeah, I think there probably is money then. Like there's still some sort of currency left over from the fall of the state, and they probably accept that. I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those archaicisms that remains. Money isn't used for very much, but it is used for train tickets.
Yeah.
I wonder then, because this is the hand of the free market. If you can't pay, you work. So maybe
Yep.
these conductors aren't necessarily like usual employees.
Yeah.
If you can't pay for a ticket, you work as a conductor until you get to your station.
Yeah. I love that idea.
Mhm.
There's a certain Charon-esque energy about this of people who become the ferrymen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I have my coin. Unless you think I don't. But if you think it's more
Yeah.
interesting for me to kind of like see if
No,
I
no.
can pay.
No, I think you have the coin. I think it makes
Okay.
sense. Like, we have established that you have a degree of barter, right? You're not penniless.
Okay. Aadiyat, you were saying something?
Oh no, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say this has washing the dishes because you can't pay for your meal energy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I can pay for
Yeah.
my meal. I think. Okay, so I am a knight. I have paid for my ticket, but basically this means I am taking the hospitality of the local liege lord, essentially.
Mhm. Yes,
At
you
least
may
that's how
view
I
it
would.
like this. Yeah.
That's how I'd articulate it, and I don't know
Yeah.
how Kid Gloves would feel about that. Other people's moral codes,
Mhm.
but they would at least know the knightly moral code.
Yes,
But I think
they do.
Yeah. I think Tar-Minotaur would then say, "It is a dining ticket. I would be honored to join you."
Ah, very good. Although I do need to drive the train. Who is driving? He asks the conductor, and the conductor just shrugs and says, "Thought it was you."
Mhm. These are
And,
mysteries beyond my personal ken, so I'll just let them get on with it.
yeah, and Kid Gloves, I think, says, "Well, I will be seated with you in a moment. I will be seated with you in but a moment. But I need to check the timetable. Oh yeah, the radio is broken. Like the communication is a little down. So I think Kid Gloves does look a little disturbed and says, I will need to check the timetable. I seem to have temporarily forgotten our next stop. I need to reacquaint myself." And this is obviously Kid Gloves kind of coping with like, I actually have no idea where we're going and I don't like it.
Yeah, I think I noticed this. And I think I say, "Do you fear that there has been a hijacking?" I think I say this a little quieter so that the conductors can't hear potential weakness in their master.
Yes. Excellent. I think Kid Gloves actually looks at you and goes, "Would you mind accompanying me?" With the implication that, yes, perhaps there has been. And I would appreciate it.
All right, time to bust open the door and kill whoever's driving this. It's fine.
Yeah.
Probably that's not how we're doing this, but I'll be there.
Yeah. So Kid Gloves finally makes his way inside the train, and I think that you pass through the cars from this. I think this ferry service must be at the back, so we see kind of a snapshot of Tar-Minotaur and Kid Gloves being guided through every carriage of the train, right? So there is absolutely the dining cart with its lavish, ostentatious, repurposed school cafeteria that has somehow been bolted into the interior of this train. Everything here has been reused after all. There are the passenger wagons, some of which have beds, some of which have seats. There's probably one random cargo wagon along the way that you must pass through that is full of like boxes of things that are held. And then you make your way over finally to the train engine. But shall we linger here and paint the scene a little bit? Because I do think it's interesting to see more details about the rail mall other than what I have just said. So, starting then with Aadiyat.
Yes.
So it is a repurposed school cafeteria, this, in part at least. What unusual contraptions do they have for cooking and preparing food while on the go?
Repurposed school cafeteria
Mm-hmm.
on a train.
Yeah.
I mean, surely they're using the heat from the engine itself.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense. So there's
cutting costs.
yeah.
It's a very streamlined operation. That's what it is. Like, it's not like the same oil that's used to run the engine is also used to cook. Like, it's all,
So everything is recycled through here. I like that. That's very
They call it,
we established that
streamlining.
it's biofueled, right?
Huh?
We established that we use biofuel in the valley, right?
Yeah. So it's cooking oil.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Tar-Minotaur, as you pass through the, Klow, as you pass through the sections where people live, what are some signs of, other than Kid Gloves? I think there must be a few other people who basically permanently live on the train, whether they are the conductors or workers on the train or such. What are some signs of their living quarters and their communal livings? What are some detail that makes you realize that this is not just a passenger, someone lives here?
You mean the employees then? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But my point is, I think these are mixed in with the passengers. So you pass by like passenger. Oh, that guy works here. Passenger. What makes you think that guy works here as you pass that one by?
I don't have an interesting answer. They just have uniforms.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. So the people who do work here are uniformed, and their sleeping quarters, I guess, are indistinguishable from everyone else's then, which I think is also interesting.
They're worse.
They're worse. Okay.
Yeah, they've got bunk beds. I think they sleep 2 to a bunk.
Yep. All right. But they're not very elaborate or detailed.
No.
Yeah, makes sense. And Salty, finally, tell me what decorates the entrance to the engine room. Otherwise this is very sparse and Spartan, and of course everything is still recycled. But what sort of demarcates the maybe it's not just the engine, but also the front wagon as a more important space, symbols of authority or office or such decorations?
Oh, the entrance has what would once have been the first class curtains, once embroidered with the logos and sponsorship deals of the catering company. Now it's been re-embroidered over with the past of the Royal Mall, all the places it goes, and the people who have lain their hands upon its dashboard to drive it.
Very good. Yeah. And so I think Tar-Minotaur, you and Kid Gloves enter the engine room and find, of course, Perfidelity there. Just as a station appears, like as we see you open the door and get into the driver's seat, the windows up ahead open up on a station where the train is being signaled to stop. You see it in the distance, so it begins to slow down. And Tar-Minotaur, you see Perfidelity driving the train.
You also look different, right? Did you say something about removing your jaw, or did I misunderstand what you said?
I haven't. No, not yet.
Yeah, Perfidelity made a new, better jaw that she was going to switch out to, but she hasn't made the switch yet.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and I've got a nice big fur coat, and because Tree isn't here, it looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I can say this.
Nice. Well, I know about the fur coat. I was there when you got it.
But you're very surprised at how good it looks.
That's fair enough. Then I think so. I'm probably like, probably I enter first because I'm offering to help Kid Gloves with this, and I'm, I have weapons and armor, so I probably enter first with my revolver.
Yeah.
Not out, but kind of like in my hand. And then I see my squire driving the train. Probably Kid Gloves is behind me, and it's probably not a big enough door for Kid Gloves to see past my largeness.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I think I probably stand there and look at Perfidelity, and then I just say, "What?"
And hello, we will now be arriving at the next stop as scheduled on your brochures. And taps the little tannoy. Mistress, it's a long story, but we have a while until we go where we need to go. Stands up. Is Kid Gloves with you? I've just been warming the seat for them.
So this is not a coup.
No, not at all.
I see.
Kid Gloves, I think, stretches up a little bit behind Tar-Minotaur, like stands on tippy toes and looks over the shoulder. He goes like, not a coup. Good.
Never a coup, Kid Gloves.
I put the gun away because I don't need to use it. And then I kind of like, I guess I squeeze into the small engine room as well.
Yeah, I think since there's a stop coming up, Kid Gloves does not gesture for you to get out of the seat. Otherwise, I think they might make the switch. But now is when you actually have to like operate the train and like slow it down and bring it into a stop. And so let us switch our perspective as this happens and look at Lady Iskandaric. You were waiting for the train. Where do we find you as it arrives? Are you standing outside on the platform like looking for it, or do you have a scout posted as some people are tending to your fallen man? Or
now, I think this depends on whether this train station is the train. Do we know the train's supposed to make a scheduled stop here? Because there's something else. Okay.
Yes.
Well, in that case, I think
You
what
looked
we're
at the
doing.
schedule and you wanted the train to come, and miraculously it is inbound. Which I guess is
Wow,
not so
amazing.
miraculous, because you know that the people you were ambushing were waiting for it. So
Okay, cool. I think that what Lady Iskandaric and the gang are doing is they are hiding in the train station and they're just waiting for the train
mhm.
to stop and to see who comes out because we know they're going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and right. So the idea is not to stand on the platform looking like a bunch of armed
Yeah.
thugs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So the train pulls up. You are hiding inside, and I think. Let me look at your gang's impulses again, because you were trying to have your gang be subtle, which they are not very good at, if I recall correctly.
No, they're not. As we have seen.
They are. Their impulse is actually to close ranks and protect their own. So I think this is not a problem. I don't think you need to roll leadership here. They are protecting their own. They're acting in accordance with their instinct.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's a leadership role here. I think, however, that there is an act under fire role from you personally to keep your cool here. And the fire or the situation is just like the stress of this situation, of having a wounded person, of bleeding out, of, playing it cool. Because I think there is an impulse among your gang members, among your people, to protect their own. And I think there is an impulse in you, all of you collectively, to, rush out and be like, he needs medical help immediately. But you're trying to play it cool. So I think it's an act under fire. Is it fair?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'll help you with that.
Sure. But one question, which is, what I do with this train depends on, do I know which direction it is going? Because I have two things on my agenda. One is to try and save my guy who's bleeding out, right? So the only healer that I know is Angelica. And the other thing is to actually still do the raid if that's possible.
Yes.
But those are in two different directions.
They are, but the train is at present. So the train does have some medical supplies, if nothing else. So I think it is going towards the ambush site. I mean, there's no stop there probably, but it is going in that direction. And it's not going to Angelica right away, but it is possible for you to, it's certainly better to be on the train where there are medical supplies and people who can keep your guys stable until it eventually arrives at Angelica, which it will.
Cool. All right, perfect. Nice.
Were you doing something, Tar-Minotaur? Were you backing the play or something? I missed what you said.
Yes, I was going to back the play. So the train's stopping and a bunch of people, including an injured person, are going to be herded. And yes, that's the idea.
Yeah, eventually. But what Lady Iskandaric is doing is trying to scope out the situation on the train first. So keep cool until it arrives.
Okay. Then I think what's happening is that we can probably see ahead that there's the reason we're having this stop is because there's people who are injured. Yes. So I think there's going to be. I'm going to join the group of people because I'm helping out the conductor. Right. We'll talk to Perfidelity about what's going on later. I think I'm at the back where vehicles have to be loaded in because that makes sense. That's where you have to go. I think I'm over there taking charge of the situation, and you can probably see Tar-Minotaur there because, as we said, the lights go on, right? So does this help you? Would my presence there be helpful for you in figuring out the vibe on the train, that you know that there's someone here who has honor? If you think that this is helpful, then I will roll. Otherwise, I'm just there.
Okay. What did we establish as a relationship between Lady Iskandaric and Tar-Minotaur now?
I let you have the tower because, well, that's the best way to have honor. So.
Right. Okay. So we're cool. All right. Then it'll help. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if it actually will. Then roll your history with Iskandaric.
Yeah. Good. Just checking that it could, in fact, help. So that's +2, which is nice. It's a 4. I suppose your gang doesn't like me.
Okay. Well.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes. So on a miss, I might choose a benefit anyway. I won't. there will be a consequence for this miss, but let us first see the act under fire roll and see how it goes.
Cool. It goes as a 7.
Okay, so here is what is going to happen. You can keep cool and scope out the situation here. What it will cost you is, I think, in order for this to work. Yeah, I think what it will cost you is you will not have very good information. So I'm treating this as sort of a partial success. You will see some of what is going on, but not the entirety of it. You have to be hidden away in such a place that you can't like see the entire length of the train. In fact, you can't probably even see Tar-Minotaur, which is because this move missed. So you can see some of what is going on before you choose to go outside. And what that sum is, yeah, okay, here's how we will frame this. You will see a short little person with a wide-brimmed hat and thick glasses get off the train and look around. And this is Revolver Pinata. But you don't necessarily know that it's Revolver Pinata because you've never seen him. So this person gets off and looks around, and it is very clearly the person who was meant to do some kind of like business with. So this is funny. Revolver Pinata wasn't planning on being here right now, but finds himself here. So probably there's also someone else who was meant to handle this for him. So Revolver Pinata and some sort of assistant get off the train, having trying to like improvise their way into this situation, and they look around for the people they were supposed to make a deal with. So you see two people who very clearly are like expecting to be greeted by someone. Now there are other people getting off the train as well, but you can't see them from this vantage point.
Cool. All right. Well, I can't see Tar-Minotaur, so I haven't in per se. Hang on. Let me.
And Tar-Minotaur, I will get to the consequence of your failure in a second. I haven't forgotten. Sorry. Go on. What are you doing, Iskandaric?
No, I'm just okay. I need to convince whoever. Like, I think Iskandaric knows that the person who runs this train is Kid Gloves. Do I know that the person who's got out of the train is not Kid Gloves? Because
yes, you are sure that it's Kid Gloves. I don't know if you've seen Kid Gloves, but Kid Gloves wears gloves, and these people don't. So
all right. I think I would have liked to see the conductor, but I think given that there's limited information and we do need to get on this train, I think we're just gonna have to. I think what Iskandaric will do is maybe just call out, and like because they're heading towards the station, right, where we're hiding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
They're walking towards the station, going like, "Where are the people who were supposed to meet us on the platform?"
Okay. In that case, we'll still be hiding. Wait for them to open the door before, and then we can figure out what's going on by pointing our guns at them. Right.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So this pair will open the door to the train station and find a bunch of armed people pointing guns at them and be very surprised.
Yes.
That is what's happening. Meanwhile, Tar-Minotaur, here's the consequence of your failure. You sense evil here. There is something in your nightly senses, something in the sixth senses, perhaps even Cazador Sicari's voice, that tells you that something about this train station, something ill is afoot, something wicked this way comes. You may open your brain if you like, or you may leave it at that and just know that there is something bad here.
No, it seems reasonable to try to find out what's going on. I'll open my brain.
Good.
Do I roll it flat as it is?
Yeah, it's not modified in any way. It's just you just get the miss here. Just means that you get distracted from what you were doing.
Yeah. If you like, I can back your play because I think I'm still kind of attached to the train itself, and the train likes to see all.
Yeah.
Go on then. I like that.
Very
Lovely.
nice.
Okay. You roll a 12, which means that you back the play at no cost to yourself.
Yes.
What do I get?
Yeah, I think here it's just fair for you to just get +1 to your roll. I
Lovely.
think that's the easy benefit here.
We like it when it's easy.
And it's a
Very
12.
nice.
Yes. So, what you sense here, unequivocally, Tar-Minotaur, and I think it is, perhaps it is a vision from the past that you get as you roll into this station, is that there is a monster here, such as existed in the old days, such as existed in the days before Ashurdan's crusade against monsters, such as in the day when knights needed to valiantly fight these off. And so I think you have a memory, you catch a scent or something, and it triggers a memory of you fighting side by side with your comrades against a beast. And you may tell me a little bit about that, if you'd like. What do you think, what do you think what was the most frightening monster you faced as a knight, actually? I think that's the interesting question. Your great deeds, as it were. If you were the sort of knight to fight monsters, I don't know. We have established that some knights were. Were you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Mhm.
Yes, I think probably the most frightening monster that we faced was yes. Okay. It was a sort of like undead knight, like one of our own who had fallen, but still rose up alongside their lance of other knights.
Interesting.
And they were intelligent but twisted and evil. Yes.
All right. So you have memories of this in this moment, and you know that whatever the wickedness or wrongness is here, it's not humans, it's not people. It is unequivocally a monster. And of course, we out of character know that there is a monster shackled in the basement. And this is what you are getting a sense of. I think I'm giving you clear information here. So there's a monster. It is not the people in the building. It is secreted away somewhere nearby. But you're absolutely sure that it is here. It is alive. It is a threat.
Okay.
You may ask me a follow-up question if you'd like. You did get a good result.
Yes, it is a threat. Now, the thing is, out of character, I'm more interested in the human beings here.
Yes. I am aware, which is why this triggered on a miss.
But also out of character, I know that it's shackled.
Yep.
So basically, I'm looking for an angle here to actually get interested and invested in this. I'm not sure what to ask to make that.
Maybe it's about its history, because we established last time they have a history of keeping things like that underneath this station.
Yeah.
And that could be an angle for you. Like,
Perhaps
that's probably not good to have.
Yeah, so what's this place called? Where are we?
Yeah, all right. Good follow-up question. I haven't given this station a name, actually. So let's give it a name now. I think that it is called the Pit Stop. And the reason it is called the Pit Stop is, of course, that there's a pit underneath it with monsters in it. But this is not generally known. But yes, you are at the Pit Stop, and I suppose that you are now sort of perhaps realizing this, that there is a literal pit here. The name is actually meaningful.
Yep. Good. Then I think I probably press a button that connects back to the engine room. Sorry, the conductor's room.
Yep.
And I say,
intercom thing. Yeah.
Knight to Squire, to me, there is danger here.
Yeah, and I think we see in the engine room, I think Perfidelity and Kid Gloves have been having a conversation, perhaps, about the train, about the engine.
It has been relatively cordial. If Kid Gloves is a little distant, but gets along well enough with you.
And I don't think we need to see the details of that conversation, except that I think it's clear to the viewer, if there would be a viewer, that Perfidelity is looking for not necessarily praise, just acknowledgement. That was a pretty impressive thing to do.
Yes. And I think Kid Gloves... what is the word for this? It's not quite damning with faint praise. That's not what I'm going for. But I think Kid Gloves is the sort of person who wouldn't do that was a good job, but is the sort of person who, if they give you an acknowledging nod and don't complain, that is a compliment, right? They're not the sort of person to hand out compliments very freely. So I think the energy you get is that you do get some approval by the absence of criticism. I don't know how Perfidelity feels about that, but that's how I think Kid Gloves delivers such things.
Perfidelity, I think, just nods and goes, my master calls for me. I will be back. I have need of things at Sicaria's regret. I will buy another ticket if need be, or I can spend my wares. Whichever is preferable to you, engineer.
We will discuss it later. I need to understand the timetable, Kid Glove says, somewhat distracted, leaning over the timetable, because the train offered to take you where you need to go, which means I think the timetable has changed. So
actually, I think Perfidelity leans in, goes, I have promised it to under the... I will not bring this up to anybody, but I am under the impression that the radio isn't working. I have a couple of parts that I'd need to pick up from my workshop, maybe pick up in amongst the Cloud Bazaars, but it would be my honor to try my best to fix this problem. Free of charge.
I think Kid Gloves looks at you for a moment, very acceptingly of this, up until the last moment, and then Kid Gloves goes, "No, not free of charge. We will compensate you. There must be an agreement. There must be a balancing of the books. Other than that, very good."
Of course. And we shall balance these books after I return. Holds out a hand to shake.
Yeah.
But in the meantime?
Yes, in the meantime, Kid Gloves says, shaking your hand, and agrees that you may repair the radio. And I think the reason Kid Gloves agrees with this is, of course, that Kid Gloves knows that the train has already agreed. Otherwise it wouldn't have let you drive like this. So now the train is still wary of you. You still managed to piss it off some time ago, but you're working out a trust with it. So
yeah, I think jump off onto the station platform from probably a little bit further down the train. I'm not going to walk all the way down the train to find Tar-Minotaur.
So you jump on the platform and then walk backwards along the train. Yeah.
Enjoying the kind of, I imagine it's a relatively fresh breeze. I've been cooped up for a good long time. Maybe there's a little bit of misty rain in the air as well.
Yeah, I still think it's somewhat foggy weather. And what you will see then is Revolver Piñata and one other person have made their way into the train. And there are also a group of workmen and what look like soldiers, sort of armed people, disembarking a little further back, but they were riding in a less classy train. So they are getting off and they are hefting weapons. I think there are a couple of haphazard shotguns among them, but most of what they're carrying is pikes and things like boar spears that they are unpacking in the procedure. So you see that happening. And then two things are going to happen pretty much at once. And And they are, in turn, that Revolver Pinata comes inside the station and will react to this. And the other thing that happens is that Tar-Minotaur, are you getting off the train, or are you waiting for entirely for?
No, I'm getting off the train as well.
Yeah. So you're disembarking the train, and as you do, you spy hiding out in the woods, some distance from the station, now moving up towards the train to try and make contact, is the man with the corks hanging off his hat that you saw briefly at Pepperpot Pete's crossing.
I see.
And you identified then as an enemy.
I see. And there's people here as well. People with bikes.
Yep.
And with a roll dangerous presence.
Yep.
As they see me and I see them.
Good.
Everyone's seeing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I advanced because of the brain.
Good.
And I took +1 sharp.
Okay.
That's what I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Now I no longer have any negative stats. But yes, this is with plus aggro.
Yep.
That's a 12.
Good. So you choose 2. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so there's... If I have any enemies here, they put their hands to their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have any allies here, they make eye contact with me.
All right. So this is complicated because I think... So, Cork Hat Man, who you still don't know the name of, who you previously identified as an enemy, is now an ally.
Okay.
Or at least in this mode regards you as an ally. And so does make eye contact with you. And goes like, I need help desperately. That's the look from this person. He is scared. He is troubled. He thinks that in this moment, a knight is better than the alternative. And the alternative is, of course, this guy ran away from the station because one person escaped the carnage that Iskandaric's gang wrought upon it. It's him. And he is very scared. It's not necessarily that he wants vengeance on Iskandaric or anything. He just wants safety from her. And the knight seems like a good bet for that. So he makes eye contact with you. As for enemies that put their hands to their weapons...
But hold on. About allies. Aadiyat, do your gang make eye contact with me? What's going on? You're present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you my allies?
So I thought we haven't seen you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just stepped out.
Oh.
You may see Tar-Minotaur in this moment, I suppose, as Tar-Minotaur has now gotten off the train. Do you make eye contact with Tar-Minotaur as an ally?
The timeline. Okay, let me get the timeline sorted because Iskandaric didn't see Tar-Minotaur. Revolver Pinata got off, is about to open the door of the station, or already has opened the door, and we are now pointing our guns at him.
Yes, that is
so
correct.
That's what I'm preoccupied with.
Yeah,
I think.
And in this moment, you see Tar-Minotaur, and may, if you wish, look to Tar-Minotaur as an ally if you want.
Yeah, I think we're allies. We established that. We spoke heart to heart.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
All right. So Lady Iskandaric makes eye contact with you from inside the station. The Cork Hat Man makes eye contact from you. And as for if there are enemies, they put their hands on your weapons. I don't think that there's anyone here who regards you as an enemy in this moment. However, I think you realize that the people with the pikes are intending hostile action. So, they are...
Against the people pointing guns at them? Or...
Yeah. Like, there is definitely a tense situation. However, the people with the pikes don't fully understand what is going on, because all of this is happening very quickly. So, the reason why I say your enemies put your hands to the weapons is that if you regard Lady Iskandaric as an ally, then obviously it would be evident to you that the people with the pikes who work for Revolver Pinata don't appreciate them pointing guns at Revolver Pinata.
Okay. And I don't know who Revolver Pinata is. Okay, so what I mean is I don't know that that's Revolver Pinata.
No.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
So it's all very funny.
Yes. Okay. Revolver Pinata is here, but the only person who has actually seen him among the PCs is Perfidelity. So.
Okay. Well, as a knight... Oh, actually, the other very important thing. As Revolver Pinata paid his train ticket.
Oh yes, Revolver
Okay.
Pinata was attempting to buy everything on the entire train. Revolver Pinata has money.
Okay. That makes him under the protection of the person who is my host, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a
That's-
bit of a clusterfuck. And as just to finish what is going on with Iskandaric is that Revolver Pinata enters with a slightly suspicious look and goes, hello, and then opens the door, and suddenly there are lots of guns pointing at him and his henchmen.
Mhm.
And he looks at you with a stunned expression and goes, "What?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this?"
And Iskandaric, I think Iskandaric, is it fair to say that I'd have a put 2 and 2 together that they're clearly here to talk to the guys with the radio?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, they were expecting to be met on the platform. That's clear. And who would meet them on the platform but the people on the radio?
Yeah. Okay. So then Iskandaric just goes, "Not who you were expecting, I presume."
No, not at all.
I mean, out of character, this whole thing's awkward. Okay, but in character,
Mhm.
this is all going according to plan.
Yes.
We know what we're doing. I think it's kind of goes. And who might you be?
Me? Yeah, I don't unfortunately think this person has any reason not to introduce himself. So he goes, I'm Revolver Pinata.
Your Revolver Pinata?
Yes.
Iskandaric knows the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because we know who we're raiding.
Yeah. You know that you are here to rob this person's shipment. Their shipment mine is not here. So
Right, yeah.
Uh-huh. And as he says this, of course, he's speaking loud enough that these armed pikemen and etc. are coming over in this direction and pretty quickly. And now I think you can see them too. Like they're heading over there. Someone shouts like, "Everything okay, boss?"
And Iskandaric says, "Tell your men everything's fine. We don't want my men here a little nervous, you see. We had a bit of a run-in, and we wouldn't want any itchy fingers to, pull any triggers." Yeah?
Yeah, Revolver Pinata goes, yes, we're fine. Back off. There's been... Apparently, I'm working with some other people than I expected. Very well. Do you have the shipment for me? He says, and I think he recovers pretty smoothly. Like, he's used to bribing his way out of situations. So, he turns towards you and goes, I wasn't planning on receiving it personally, but if you're in charge here now, I trust that you have the shipment.
We're going to have to try to play this up. It goes, the shipment, well, I mean, before I hand anything over to you, I need to see the proper paperwork, of course.
Okay, you're asking for paperwork. What is your angle here? What are you hoping to accomplish by getting shown the paperwork?
Because I don't know what the shipment is.
Yeah. All right. You're trying to figure it out.
He'll show me a receipt for something and go, yes, that shipment. Of course.
Okay. Yes. I think that can just happen. You may, if you want to read a person or read a situation here, but I think if you just want to find out what the shipment is, then...
Like, Iskandaric went on this raid without having any idea what she would actually get.
Mm-hmm.
Now...
Yeah. So, to clarify, this is not the shipment that Revolver Pinata already has, because you were aiming to rob something that Revolver Pinata has. This is something that Revolver Pinata was hoping to acquire in the process. That's the shipment that he's looking for here. But
I have a feeling what it might be, but yes. I'll let Revolver Pinata tell me what it is that he is.
Yeah, and so he searches his coat and pulls out, I think, a piece of paper, because there is a piece of paper. And says very distractedly as he reaches it forward towards you, The creature, of course.
Oh yeah, the creatures. Yeah, all prepped up, just downstairs. But I'll tell you what, it was fucking hell getting this thing in there, right? Like, my man's down. Who's gonna pay for this? You got medicine?
Yes, I have medicine. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. What happened to the people I was supposed to be meeting?
I mean, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. We turned up to, we just heard about.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna play this off as like we just turned up and everyone was dead. That's your angle.
Well, they're not dead. Well, most of them ran away. One
Yeah,
person's
yeah.
dead. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I mean, the creature went. It started like rampaging, and like they just harbored.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that there's definitely a move here, but what move is it?
Am I acting under fire to?
Yeah, I think you're acting under fire to keep a plain face here, because I think there is a possibility of you selling this story if we just turn up and save the situation. So
my angle is, no, I came here with the creature, like I caught it, right? I'm here. The guys who were here before, well, they ran away, but nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you can make this work.
Mm-hmm. It's an 11.
Okay, yeah. So Revolver Pinata brushes his coat a little bit and goes, very well. Well, then let's just cut out the middleman, eh? And you will receive the payment in full. If you need it in medical supplies, that can be arranged.
Mm.
And let's cut away to see what the others are doing for a moment, as Revolver Pinata is just entirely willing to trade you one creature for medical supplies plus money. So, Tar-Minotaur, there is a lot going on. There's a person looking at you from the woods for like help. There's Perfidelity approaching you. There is this group of pikemen who stand around a bit restlessly, being told not to come inside the station.
Yeah. I think I walk up. I don't know. I think I gesture towards Perfidelity to come towards me. I walk up to Perfidelity. I suppose we're meeting in between the pikemen.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, Perfidelity, you have an advice move. What do you think we should do?
I don't know what's going on, so I think I need to read the situation first.
I don't know what's going on either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Perfidelity is not quite as quick or as able as Tar-Minotaur, so is waiting once sighted to be picked up by her. So I think in this time, seeing the pikemen bristle as they're offloading their boar spears, I think there's still kind of like that silhouette of whatever's going on in the station, like Revolver Pinata's kind of made a couple of steps in, but is still framed by the door. I think I'm going to read a situation to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
First. Because I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Just the one question right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who or what represents the best opportunity for me to, should we say, make Revolver Pinata beholden to me?
Okay.
So he won't fuck up. So he doesn't want my blood anymore. So I don't have to go and find Ashadan and say, no, thank you. I don't want to work with you.
Okay, who or what makes Revolver Pinata beholden to you? I think it's Lady Iskandaric. I think Lady Iskandaric at this moment holds the cards, because I think you realize that there is something here that Revolver Pinata wants. Revolver Pinata wasn't planning on being here, but it's evident that this person that he is coming along with is getting something from here that Revolver Pinata cares enough about to go handle this in person. And Lady Iskandaric evidently has it. So, I don't necessarily know. I suppose there are windows. I think you can see Lady through a window at a certain angle. The pikemen haven't seen, of course, all the guns being raised and all, but they're small windows, right? You can't get a full sense of what's going on. But you can see Lady Iskandaric's like in profile through a window and be like, okay, Revolver Pinata and Lady Iskandaric are negotiating over something, and Revolver Pinata seems to be on the back foot.
And yeah, Perfidelity turns to Tar-Minotaur as she approaches and goes, Master, Lady Iskandaric is in there dealing with Revolver Pinata for some reason. There's something in there that Iskandaric has possession of that she is dealing with him for. I don't know what, I don't know why, but I think helping her might be our best way forward. That man, he's not good for the valley. He was looking at buying the entirety of the burial mall. It is not good news. He is Ashradan's man.
Well, I have promised to slay him.
Well,
And
that's your way through then.
But I cannot. He has bought a ticket. There is only one solution to this complicated situation. Come. And then I guess we just walk towards the train station to be like, hey guys, we're also here.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
alright.
you're just inserting yourselves in the situation. Very well.
Yeah.
Revolver Pinata, meanwhile, with Lady. So, should I bring over the medical supplies and goods first? If so, I will have to have my people bring it, of course.
Well, I
If
mean,
you're
now
alright
that
with
we know that we're all on the same side, I think we can put the guns down.
Good.
And,
And he breathes a sigh of
just,
relief.
no, forgive me. I mean, you can imagine we were a little on edge after, finding, after the whole thing with the creature and there being no one here to actually.
Yeah, I think I'm going to interrupt the conversation
Okay.
by saying, are we indeed on the same side?
I wonder here if this is when, because the Harriet, you have, Iskandaric has chaotic presence, right? The
Mhm.
non-violent situation. I wonder
Yeah.
if this is when you...
Yeah,
Because I think a lot of shit's been going on without the gang doing things.
yeah,
That's true. The gang should do something.
yeah. There is a non-violent situation, and it's now a new non-violent. So it makes sense to roll here.
Cool. We're rolling plus hard. 11.
Choose one or two from your list.
Someone picks a fight. I don't think that makes any sense. Someone here owes something to someone in your gang. That might be interesting. So someone in your gang wants to help save or someone here.
Yeah, this can be.
Someone. I think someone here owes something to someone in your gang might be interesting.
Okay,
You see more of the real mall and who works here.
absolutely.
And someone. Okay. Like what might be something that complements that? Ooh. Yeah, I think I want. Okay, someone here has a loyalty testing connection with someone in your gang. All right. Who they? Ask the MC who and how they act on it. Yeah, I think those are the two I'm gonna go for.
All right, a loyalty testing connection and a debt.
Yeah, let's see more of this real mall.
So I will. Yeah, and you want this to be people in the rail mall.
Oh, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I just thought, yeah. I mean, it could also be in mushroom. Sorry, in a Pinata's
Okay.
gang. Yeah.
Perfidelity, are you cool with having a loyalty testing connection to Thick as a Brick? Because Thick as a Brick gave you his coat, and after his initial protest was actually very helpful to you. And I think he looks at you with like, oh, you're here, you're my friend, I gave you my coat. Are you cool with this interpretation?
Oh, yes, actually, I think to add something to it, I think it's a bit beyond like just having given her. I think like as they were going through and making negotiations and stuff, Thick as a Brick actually leant over during this all, and I think we bonded over finding the tower creepy as shit. That this is no good. That Thick as a Brick also agrees that no, like this business with the tower wanting people is terrifying and nobody should be wanted by it. And maybe he also is kind of feeling a bit weird about this Iskandaric situation, speaking through it.
Yeah, I like that. So Thick as a Brick is happy to see you here. And I think the vibe is a little bit, the Thick as a Brick is like, good. Someone who understands technology understands that this technology is scary. This is why he has bonded with you. So there is a sense of him like looking at you and being somewhat relieved that you're here, even though he's still sketchy about this situation. And as for the debt that's owed to someone in your gang, I think it must be one of the pikemen, probably. One of the staff that owes something to someone. Now, who makes sense to have a debt? Let's say that it is Cartometric, your best scout, who makes eye contact with as some of Revolver Pinata's people step forth. One of his guard captains, I guess, one of his like soldiers, steps out, and it's not the case that they go like, "Hey, you owe me money." It's that you recognize that Cartometric, back when you were staying at the Regret, Cartometric absolutely gambled the pants off of this guy, and he never paid up. Because I think Cartometric is good at card games, and we established there's a lot of betting going on at Sicari's Regret. This captain of the guard steps up. He recognizes that, and I think this is beyond just a little bit of like, you owe me money. This is Cartometric and this guy actually spent quite a lot of time together, right? And Cartometric kept winning, and this guy kept coming back for like for more gambling, and they developed a bit of a relationship, which ultimately is now based on this guy owes Cartometric a lot of money. And so as he steps forward, he sees this. He like recognizes your gang. We spend some time in the same place. And I think the thing this gives you here is that while he is the captain of Revolver Pinata's guard at the moment, he must be relatively new at this job, because this guy was just like a drifter who didn't have any money and hung out at the Regret.
Okay.
And now he's a guard captain. Let's give this guard captain a name. This person who is in charge of the operation. Yeah, I'll call him Gluten Roadhouse, because that's one of the names I've written down.
Is his best friend Celiac?
Yeah.
Celiac gas station.
Yes.
I'm just sorry that Tree couldn't be here to hear this, because I know he would really enjoy it.
Yes. So you, this is the rather tense situation. Like both Thick as a Brick and Cartometric recognize friends-ish among these people. And Revolver Pinata is a little crowded around by like big scary warriors on all sides, some of which are his own, some of which are Lady Iskandaric, and some of which are Tar-Minotaur. And kind of rubs his hands together and goes, yes, well, this is drawing rather a lot of attention. Can we safely collect it ourselves? In fact, why don't you and your people come with me and you collect your payment, and my people go inside the house and collect what's mine? Yes?
Yes, of course. Like I said, just in the basement, but
Is being collected. What is being collected?
Is there some way I can signal to Tar-Minotaur, please shut up and let me deal with this?
You can attempt to do so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it might be a reason with someone to do so. Like, the difficulty here is not persuading Tar-Minotaur, but communicating it. But I think reason with someone applies.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Or perhaps would it be Tar-Minotaur reading Iskandaric in
It could be
return?
Tar-Minotaur reading Iskandaric. That might be a more interesting way to frame it. Yes. Would you like that, Tar-Minotaur?
No, I don't want to read Iskandaric.
Okay, then
Okay.
roll cool to communicate this, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
On a 10+, you communicate it perfectly clearly. On a 7 to 9, then basically Tar-Minotaur can request more information. On a miss,
Alright.
it goes poorly.
Okay. It's a 10.
Okay, so you do manage to clearly communicate this.
Yes.
So Tar-Minotaur, you can basically accept, let me deal with this, or you can openly refuse. But in that case, you are well aware that you are actually defying Iskandaric. So that's what's happening here. There is no room for misunderstanding. You either go, yes, you've got this, or you go, no, you don't got this, actually.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think Terminator just asks again what is being exchanged.
Bro. Do you not see me every time Revolver Pinata looks away me like doing my hand signals like
I noticed that. I saw that.
Yeah. Okay, so you are openly defying Iskandaric,
Yes.
then. I'm framing it this way. So you have
Yes.
been reasoned with, and you have just gone like, no.
What's happening?
Yeah, okay. So, in that case, because of the die rolls, I will say that Iskandaric, it is obvious to you that it's not that Tar-Minotaur doesn't understand you, it's that Tar-Minotaur doesn't care.
Alright. What friends we have. Alright, I think that Iskandaric goes. What we're dealing with has been made very clear, and we all know, is that I'm exchanging a monster for cash and medicine. And she turns to Revolver Pinata, to continue the conversation, and goes, but there are some, we've heard that there's some, sketchy characters in the neighborhood, right? I think it's for the best if we, you come with you on the train. I think you could use the extra few guns.
You say this to Revolver?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He goes, yes, that's all well and good, but the train won't stay here forever, so we are on the clock.
Yes, of course.
Very
so-
well.
You are
Then you
purchasing a monster? I ask Revolver Pinata.
Yeah. So, the situation is tensing up here, I think, as you say this. And, because I think this is not something that Revolver Pinata is, happy to admit. And so, would you like to read Revolver Pinata in this situation? Is that a person you're interested in reading? I'm asking you before I say the reaction, just to see if you're interested in looking beyond what they say on the surface, or if you're just I just want an answer.
No, I want an answer. Then I want to see what happens.
Okay, so Revolver Pinata goes, not in so many words. It's a cleanup program, sponsored. If you must know, there are still a few stray beasts remaining through the valley. Yes? And Lotso goes, sure done. Wants them cleaned up. These people have done us a service in dealing with a dangerous beast. And they deserve a reward, don't you think? And I think definitely he is being a little bit sketchy and twitchy about this. This is
okay,
a
now I'm gonna
half-truth
read
at
him.
best.
Now I'm
Yeah.
going to read him. What's happening here, guys?
Yep.
No, there's a miss.
Okay, I know precisely what happens on this
Ooh.
miss.
First
Yeah.
question, though. Are you following my course of action?
Perhaps I am. Would you say I am?
You are.
To deal with Revolver Pinata and not let him get away scot-free. He's a dangerous guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
Okay,
you are.
good.
Then you have a +1. Is that how it works?
Yes. So you take
Okay.
+1 ongoing, as
Then
long
it
as
is
you're
not
doing
a miss.
something.
Yeah, you take XP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Then it is in fact not a miss, and you have 1 question, 2 questions even, when reading a person.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, are you telling the truth?
It is a half-truth. I think what is going on here is, yes, definitely Ashurdan is purchasing a monster. It is not so simple that Ashurdan has gone like, I offer a bounty to whomever kills this scary monster. That is not the case.
Okay. And what are you thinking of doing? And how can I tell, of course? Those are the sub-questions.
Yeah. What are you thinking of doing and how can I tell?
Yes.
Yes, how you can tell that Revolver Pinata is not telling the truth is I think they're just being slightly squirmy and avoiding the subject directly. And as for what you're thinking of doing and how can I tell is Revolver Pinata is thinking of, well, it is straightforward. I think you know a lot about weapons. You have easy access to them. You think about them a lot. It is very easy for a bunch of men with pikes to stab a captive monster to death at minimal risk to themselves, even if it will take a little while, and then bring this very freshly back as a trophy and spin a story of a great victory won in a heroic battle.
I see. Okay. Then I think I say, if the creature has been contained, then certainly those who have contained it deserve their bounty.
Yes, that is what I am getting at. I am going to pay my friend here. Can we get on with it?
You will not hurry me. You shall pay our friend. And then I shall supervise the killing of this monster.
I think Revolver Pinata looks, very annoyed and upset at this. And Perfidelity, where are you in all of this? Are you standing at the back?
Yeah, half step behind my master.
Yes. So I think you, being slightly outside the station building, can see that the man with the cork hat, the corks on his hat, is now approaching. Like quite cautiously, but there's a lot of people around. There's the witnesses of the rail mall. He is stepping forth towards the situation, and he plans to say something to someone about what is... Well, he clearly has something to say, and he's clearly very afraid. Do you wish to do anything about this, or do you wish to just let him speak?
I think if we can have a tiny flashback, because I didn't want to say it because I didn't want you to hold up, but I think I would have mentioned there's a man here with a strange hat who I have seen before and wishes to communicate something to me.
Yeah.
Just to let you know about what else is happening. I wouldn't deny you that information.
Okay. So you know that this person wishes to speak with Tar-Minotaur. Now may not be the best time, but he is choosing to do it at this time.
All right, yeah. I think that Perfidelity is going to step into his way. Go, I'm afraid my master is not available right now to speak to anybody, but if I could take a message? And shoots a very, very winning smile.
Yeah. Right. It's just that me and my people were ambushed by bandits who smashed the radio, and they're still in there. He says kind of awkwardly.
Okay. And they're still in there, and you're dealing with... So you were the one to capture the monster that's underneath the station and keep it here in a very populated area when the rail mall comes to it, and endanger the folk here in pursuit of what? A bounty.
Well, because the knight told us to do it. Innit? He says, kind of like half parsing that you're accusing him of a crime, but just following orders.
Look, and I think she puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, I think at this point it might be best to accept that those bandits, they're the ones dealing with the monster right now. Do you really think you can deal with a monster and the bandits, and also try and convince that man over there that you captured it all at once. I think at the moment it might be best if you live to fight another day. Doubtless your friend is dead already.
I think he's frazzled enough that there's not necessarily a move here. Would you like to make a move? Would you just like to play this up?
I think I am going to make a move here. And
Yeah.
I think it is, again, reasoning with somebody
Okay.
that I'm telling him, don't make a scene, just go on, live your life.
Yep.
And I think the extra sting in the tail, which means that this might not be just something he goes along with here, is go back to your life. You're not getting anything here. You're not this isn't going to buy you anything.
Yep.
Just
All right.
straight up. Not promising anything in return. Yeah.
Let's see it.
So I have two cool now because I took an advance. I've got plus psi, and I think I am following through on my situation that this is straight up helping Iskandaric.
Sure.
Right here, right now. Who is my best bet at getting Revolver
Yeah.
Pinata beholden to me?
Yeah. So you're rolling with a +3.
Yeah. Does Burned Over limit you to +3?
I don't know. Can you get it to
'Cause
+4 somehow?
I can. Well, I've got 2 cool plus 2 psi. That's 4. +1 from reading a situation. That's
I don't think
+5.
there's any cap on how many things you can get from bonuses.
No, but I do think that the game. Yeah, I will say this: if it's a snake eyes, it's still a failure. I will rule it like that. How about that?
That's fair.
But you can roll with the full bonus.
Yeah.
$11.
Wait,
Okay.
Snake eyes me.
So, you succeed, and I think what this means in this situation is that he lowers his voice. He will volunteer some information, and you did succeed. So he scratches his head under the hat, and he lowers his voice, and he says this only to Perfidelity. And I think it is very important here that Tar-Minotaur does not hear this and is not aware of this, so that you can control this information how you please. But he goes, yeah, all right. It's just, it's just the bandits don't know how to breed them, do they? So they can't really keep the business up, but fair enough. I guess that's over, huh?
And I think Perfidelity is at this point leading him away a little bit.
Yeah.
So again, out of earshot, not necessarily out of sight, but here, let me get you on your way. Here's a little bit of money for the road.
Yeah.
Behaving like a knight should be. She stops and goes, I'm sorry, what was that about breeding? Is that the deal that you made with that man?
He kind of sighs and shakes his head and goes, well, so all gone tits up now anyway, hasn't it? But yeah.
Right. Thank you for that information. I would recommend, that is a crime by the manner of the Old Republic.
It came from a knight, he says, and I think it's clear here, you don't have to read him, he really means this. He's like, knights tell you what to do. If you do it, that's legal.
Right. So Ashodan is having you breed these things. Right. Thank you for the information.
Right.
Go on your way. And
okay.
Stay safe.
Okay. He says, and yeah, you. I think it's ordinarily he would not be this pliable, but because he's so shell shocked after seeing 2 of his friends die and a bunch of raiders jump him and everything that's happened, he just docilely makes his way away, and he'll probably regret a lot of this later. But he doesn't know what to do, and he's very shocked and scared. So
now, I think what I'd like to do here is I've got a radio.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a small one that I've been working on, and what I wanted to do here was compare it and do some bits with Hack6 Radio.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd like to do is open my brain to I wonder, could I transmit this information somehow to the station's broken radio?
Inside the...
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay. You can start with opening your brain. It will not be the only thing. I think getting
Yeah.
information of how you can transfer this information is the first step.
Yes, because I think the open your brain is to interface with the psychic radio, as it were.
Yes.
And I think it'd be very funny to communicate via football broadcasts with Iskandaric about what this means. Because I don't think... Yeah, Iskandaric is relatively reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think. Here. So let's open my brain here. Very nice.
So, you attempt to open up to the signals, and the fog lays heavy and thick around you, and you try to get some information about the broken radio inside. You try to get info to the other side. What you instead learn is that someone at the Do Not Go There, at the basin, at the fount of evil, someone at the place where monsters is born, needs your help. It's in the basement.
Okay. And I think I get this fuzzy impression of wounds on my body and aching from where the bars begin.
Yes.
And this horrible radio static. Oh, I think because this thing it's not domesticated, but it was bred there.
Yeah.
This fear and pain and worry.
Yes.
And I think it can hear as well. I think there's a modicum of intelligence there. I think Perfidelity cannot abide this. I think she's going to storm back into the situation, and by storming I mean limping on the crutch and go. So, what aren't you telling us, Revolver Pinata? That you wish? You do not merely wish to slay this creature to extract some bounty, no? There's something else to your game.
Okay, so Tar-Minotaur and Iskandaric, you both hear this accusation being slung out as Perfidelity enters. And real quick, how do you both react to this interjection?
I think Iskandaric makes a "don't look at me" kind of face. I think Iskandaric doesn't have enough information to contribute to what's going on. I think what Iskandaric is going to try to do is slowly back off, and while the others are pointing fingers at each other, and instead try to conspire with her own gang to.
Okay, so you huddle basically. You go like, okay, gang, what's our play? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to continue, or like?
No, that's if that's your first reaction. I just want to know like what you're doing in this moment, which is withdraw. Okay. Yeah. What about Tar-Minotaur?
So Tar-Minotaur, of course, isn't surprised because this is what she understood to be happening.
Yeah. An accusation is coming.
Yes.
From your squire, which is a bit surprising because I don't think this is typical for Perfidelity, correct? So I think it's more Perfidelity's behavior that might shock you than the information.
No, it doesn't. So I think what happens is, now I'm wearing my helmet, and even without my helmet, I don't think I have the most expressive face, and I don't say anything because I can't say this. So I'm going to tell you what I would like to communicate to you, and you can just tell me if I need to make a roll for this, Salty, or if Perfidelity understands the body language enough.
Yeah.
The thing is, what I want to communicate to you right now is provoke this person into being hostile.
Okay.
Do you want me to break down the reasoning, or would you get it?
I think I think I understand because we've worked together, yes.
Yeah.
And also because you said you can't do anything because he's under hospitality.
Yes. So he has to break it first.
Yes. So
No, I can't be seen to be doing anything, and I'm not. I'm just standing there
yep.
meaningfully.
All right. So Perfidelity. If you would like to do this, then I think it is. I think the action here is probably confront someone, which is make it clear what you want from them and how far you're ready to go. Which is perhaps not violence, but perhaps like legal proceedings, such as they exist.
Yeah, I think I am definitely confronting because I want Revolver Pinata to say the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and ideally reveal what the hell's going on with Ashadan and how far am I ready to go. I think I'm ready to go far enough that I call out to Thick as a Brick that there's scary shit afoot, and Thick as a Brick is the most dumbass.
Yep.
Oh yes, very good. Provoke someone else into yes, very good.
Yep.
Okay. I'm backing your play, which is
you're backing the play.
Can I be? I'll just finish really quickly. I'd like to back the play by basically, can I be supporting you and giving you the presence and so on, like all of that, without being seen to be getting my own hands dirty? Does it make sense?
Wow,
I think
selling out your own
Yeah.
choir, huh?
How I am going to frame it, Tar-Minotaur here, is that I think that this is possible for you, but I think the consequence on a miss is that you do get your hands dirty.
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm saying it. And of course, I'm not selling my square out because Perfidelity is not obliged to honor anything here.
I think you can back it by basically saying, like, yes, Perfidelity has the legal authority to do this. But I think if this goes wrong, you will be interpreted as having taken hostile action.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. So basically, that's the entire thing. Like, sometimes you have to do this sort of... Sometimes there's things that you as the knight should be doing, but can't do because of, you know...
Oh, no, don't worry. I completely get... I approve.
Yep.
Yeah. Just making it clear that...
okay.
Yeah. So basically, am I implicated?
Yes.
It's an 8. Interesting.
It's an 8. So decide whether you proceed and what it will cost you. Yeah, I think what it'll cost you here is that if you want to help Perfidelity's play, then you must accuse Revolver Pinata of something.
Then I will, which is essentially, I'll say,
You're monster breeding.
I think I'll just say, you are under the protection of our host, Kid Gloves. And that is the only thing that prevents me from gunning you down.
Okay, yeah. I think this can be construed as a threat. Yes. I think you fulfill the conditions. So
yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm not gunning you down, but I would. Just so we're clear.
All right. What benefit
you
would you like to give Perfidelity? +1? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and simple. So I'm rolling with a -1 to this. I don't think I'm following the information I learnt from reading a situation.
No.
Unless, because Lady Iskandaric is making it clear that this is not what she wants to happen. This is not helpful. Cool.
Mind you, I would have attacked these people eventually anyway, just on them.
Yeah. No, you're my ally. I know that you're. I know that you. Basically, remember, I said you should get a reward. I want.
No. I'm just saying that, out of character, making it clear that I would have attacked these people, just not now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Ooh,
that's a 7.
Okay. So, on a 7 to 9, if they don't want to obey or defy you, they can try to stall, make excuses, or pass the buck, but in return you take +1 forward against them. And I think this is what happens. So, I think Revolver Pinata puts a hand to his head in this kind of very like, oh, I'm so tired of all of this. This day has gone horribly sense. and just goes like, "Look, if you want to speak with Lechagos Asherdan, who has put out the bounty, then we can go to Lechagos Asherdan and speak with him. Okay? We may have a conversation with the great hero, the man who saved the valley from evil, and I'm sure he will clear everything up for us. As for me, I'm just trying to do my job." And so what Revolver Pinata is doing is effectively the same thing as his underlings was doing, which is passing the buck upwards, just following orders.
Yeah. Can I confer with my gang real quick?
Yes?
Okay. I think we're in a little huddle, and I say to my guys, I said, "All right, I'm going to level with you lads. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I can sense that an opportunity fell into our laps. But Tin Can here is probably going to mess things up. Now, I need one of you, very, very quietly, go downstairs, pick up one of the eggs, just put it in your pack, come back up. All right?"
Yeah. Okay. This will happen. I don't think you need to roll for this. The gang will retrieve a monster egg. Who is it? Who? I think the person.
When speed is of the essence,
Yeah,
I have
it's
just the
Speed
guy.
Frick. Yeah. So Speed Frick sneaks off down the stairs, hidden behind your great crowd of people. So it's very easy to do. He's going to scoop up an egg and take it gingerly into his backpack. And this is happening. Yes. And meanwhile, I mean, so the situation here is that Revolver Pinata is just trying to go down and do his job, as he says. And he is going to make his way towards the stairs and is expecting, like, you have time for Speed Freak to smuggle away this egg, but after that, he is expecting that you will let his people with the pikes past into the basement so that they can do their job. And yeah, he is being somewhat rude about this. Like, he is stalling for time by kicking the buck upwards to say, like, you can take it up with Asherdan. But at this point, he is kind of rudely just going like, I am just going to go ahead with my job. The train won't wait forever. We're going down in the basement. We are stabbing the monster and we are dragging it up.
Yes.
And so basically, there are two things going on. Revolver Pinata is stalling on answering any questions, but is just going to very rudely, like, cut off this conversation and go ahead with what he was trying to do at this point. And will, and crucially, this might matter for a purpose of what counts as a violation of honor, will not suffer any further questioning from Tar-Minotaur and Perfidelity. Will just be like, take it up with the boss. Bye.
Ooh, I think as he brushes past Perfidelity, she taps the crest of honor, that it shows him as Asherdan's man.
Yeah.
Goes, you are his man right now. You cannot pass the book up to him. You represent his honor. Answer it.
Well, what do you want me to answer? Exactly.
You have asked these men who were once here before the middlemen came out to breed monsters. Or at least your man, the man who owns you, has. What answer you? Is this some scheme, some false? Fill the valley with
evil
evil
and no
and
answers
iniquity.
whatsoever. He cuts you off. And I think that's what he says. Like, I owe you no answers whatsoever. Interrupting you very angrily. And then physically shoves you aside. Or tries to.
He done goofed.
Yeah,
he
it's
done-
just it's not a very hard shove. It's just like putting a hand on you, but
But I'm just a little
fall
insolent
down,
squire.
roll around. Be one of those football players, you know.
I think Perfidelity looks over at Thick as a Brick, because Thick as a Brick has taught her how to fake a foul.
Yeah.
Do this.
And like goes down, like flops down to the floor, like picks the withered knee up and goes, and like soundless pain, rolling around on the floor, pointing up. You fouled me! You fouled me!
Mhm.
Not oversell it.
Uh-huh.
You are a knight.
Uh-huh. Well,
But this is thick as a brick talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so that's what he does. Okay, fair enough.
So he will push his way past down the stairs. Now I will point out it's very crowded, and I think as part of doing this, Revolver Pinata will be going down the stairs, which means that none of you are in a position to just maybe Perfidelity, but certainly neither Iskandaric nor Tar-Minotaur are in a position to just reach out and strike at Revolver Pinata in this moment. Like, you can move after him by stealth, or you can attack his people, or you can bum rush him in the stairs, but he's too far away to just be for you to just draw a weapon and strike. So what do you do?
He's going on the train, you said?
No, he's not going down the train now. That's later. He's going down the stairs to get the monster now.
Oh, he's going down the stairs to get the monster. So he's going towards his men.
Yeah. He is bringing them with him, in fact. What is going on here is that he is very anxious to get this job done, and so he's going to try to lead his men down the stairs, which means that he probably wasn't planning on doing this, but now he's going first into the monster-infested basement, which he would ordinarily be too scared to do. So he is going down the stairs with the gesture of come on, men, come after me, come stab the beast.
Yeah. Then I think I'm going to. I mean, you got pushed. Do you need should I put my hand up to help you up, Perfidelity, first?
Oh, can I do it? To be friends.
Sure.
Nice gesture. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of does it, but does it wordlessly because it's still scoping out which way this is going to go.
And you know what? I would invite you to read me as Perfidelity squeezes your hand.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a 9. I think I'm going to. So I'm reading Perfidelity. Well, I mean, the obvious one is, what are you thinking of doing?
Yeah, so I think here, what I'm thinking of doing is punishing Revolver Pinata in lieu of his masterful of protecting the monster, or at least giving help, because it has asked me for help, and you can tell because I am a knight. There's this just kind of haze behind Perfidelity's eyes.
Ooh. All right. So the monster called out to you to punish it? Is that what you said? Yeah.
The monster did call out to Perfidelity because Perfidelity said at the beginning of the session that someone from the place of monsters needs to speak with you, and this is how I'm interpreting it. I hope everyone is cool with
see.
that.
Okay.
This is what Salty requested.
Very
I have
good.
delivered it. So
Okay. Now it'll be interesting to see what Perfidelity thinks of the fact that Iskandaric is taking one of these eggs, but maybe we'll kick the can down. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, what do you want me to do? What are you hoping I'll want to do in this situation?
Oh, turn on Revolver Pinata. You don't have to free the monster or anything like that. Turn on Revolver Pinata and help me punish him. He's broken hospitality. He's shoved me.
Yeah.
And you can tell because even as Perfidelity squeezes your hand and looks up to you, I think you probably have a good couple of inches on her. She's quivering just a little bit. Normally she's quite still, but that kind of tremor is more obvious now.
I think Iskandaric's going to do it. I think we're gonna turn on them here because I don't think it makes much of a difference to me when this fight happens. Actually.
Yep. So what will happen here is violence is about to break out. So what do you do as? I mean, so far nothing actually that dramatic has happened. Revolver Pinata has shoved his way past Perfidelity down the stairs, and Perfidelity dramatically fell over. That's it. But what happens next?
You want me to outline the battle plan?
Yes, but also just out of character, do we want Revolver Pinata alive to answer what he's actually up to, or
Don't. I don't care.
okay? I guess I don't really care. But actually, no, I might care a little bit.
I don't
I'm-
mind.
Like I don't care that much, but I might care a little bit. But I
Okay.
think
Well, then it sounds like the battle plan is Iskandaric is trying to keep Revolver Pinata alive, but if he dies, he dies.
yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Because here's what I was going to suggest.
Okay.
They go into the house.
Mhm.
I set fire to the house.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anyone comes
Now-
out, we shoot them.
Okay.
The end.
So you are just going to wait for all of them to file down into the basement and then set fire to the house.
Yes.
That's-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with this because if Revolver Pinata, like he's got no battle sense whatsoever. He's just all of them are
Yeah.
going into a basement. I mean, come on,
Mhm.
come on.
So the question then is how Tar-Minotaur communicates this to Iskandaric, because we know as characters that all of Lady Iskandaric's troops are right here, but I don't think it will be possible for Tar-Minotaur to go like all of them. You don't know that there isn't one of Iskandaric's people in the basement or in some back room or something. So do you communicate this in any way, or do you just go like flame on?
Can
You're right here, I'll just tell you.
Tar-Minotaur just directly tell me because we're all upstairs and they're all downstairs.
Yeah. You're right here, and
Yeah.
you're in the situation. I think I'll just say. I'll just say, you have not received your reward, have you?
I will point out also, Iskandaric, you have one very injured person with.
Yeah, but I've cleared him to get onto the train to get like medical.
You have, but he
attention.
still needs to be physically carried out of the building.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a reminder.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I've got 10 guys with me. Like 2 of them
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
take them.
it's just
Stretcher him
Yes.
over. Yeah.
please go on then.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'll just say.
I've not been paid. It's like,
Yeah.
no. I mean, he hasn't paid me for this, but I've got my eye on something else that I could get a hold of.
Very well.
And if he's here, that means that he hasn't picked it up yet.
I don't ask you. I don't ask you what this means yet. I think the only part that I'm happy with is that you're okay with not getting paid right now. Because what I think I say next is the easiest way to deal with this situation is to set them on fire while they're in that house. I can do this.
You don't want to ask Pinata what he's been up to?
He is breeding monsters for Usher Dunn, and he is cornering the market for Usher Dunn.
Okay, suppose you know more than me.
Yes. I will set fire to the house. And then, well, Perfidelity and I could handle it from there, but there is no need for us to do it when we can do it all together. If any of them run out and do not surrender.
Well, my boys are getting a little antsy. I think an easy win would do them some good.
Good.
All right, boys. You heard her? Just
Yeah.
everyone out on the platform. Guns pointed at the door.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Mike Squire has no problems with this. I'm also aware, by the way, Perfidelity, that you want to save this monster, but that's also going to die if we do this. Right?
Yes.
So that's me. I'm aware of this as Zoheb, not as Tar-Minotaur. Right?
Yes, I think Perfidelity places a hand. Tar-Minotaur's gauntlet because this. It seems awfully underhanded, Master. Not that he deserves a fair death or anything, but is this really the way?
How many of them did you count, my Squire? Actually, I don't even know what the actual answer to that is. I'm just I'm
Is
asking.
Perfidelity saying this just to save the monster, or because you're actually like
I think-
uneasy with?
Yeah, I think
so-
Perfidelity is uneasy with this plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. But this is an actual question.
Hmm.
How many people went in? I'm assuming like more than 24.
Yeah, I imagine this gang, because they're dealing with a monster, you know,
Mhm.
they haven't brought an entire army, but I imagine the pikeman squad to be somewhat on par with
At least a score, right?
demons.
Score of
Yeah.
people. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. The question was, how many did you see? And I think I'll just answer back. I'll just continue with this rhetorical question. I'll just answer by saying, it is not more honorable to face a large army of soldiers and risk your own life and the life of those you fight alongside when you can easily dispatch them.
I think Perfidelity turns to probably thick as a brick. Goes, I will execute the monster. It will be a slow bleeding out what they want to do to it. Can I have your rocket launcher? I promise I'll bring it back. And I think what I want to do here is I want to push down, kill this thing with the rocket launcher, and bait everybody back up. Probably while my master's burning down the house around me. But that's fine. I'm a knight.
Okay, so you're going to go down in the basement, shoot the rocket launcher across the basement to the other side at the monster in the cage, and kill it instantly.
It wasn't like a sort of like basements have those like coal hatches or whatever. There wasn't one of those, right?
No, this is it's not really a basement. It is a pit dug out to breed monsters in. So it's not.
Yeah.
It was actually established that the station originally didn't have a basement at all, and this is all post-apocalyptic work. So
okay, no, I think Perfidelity, if you want to do it that way, then I'll go down the basement with you with my flamethrower. You can shoot your rocket launcher at the thing. We can set fire at them while they're there.
No, we previously established that there is a big hole in the basement ceiling.
Oh yeah, yes.
I can shoot it from there.
Yes, you can shoot it through the hole that thick as a brick made with an axe. That is true.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, can you do? Now it starts to sound like it's difficult to pull off this plan without actually alerting them. So what I think I will have you do is
I don't care about alerting them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think I want to just do it and execute from the top.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I'm going to go in the building with you because I'm not going to set fire to a building with you in it.
Okay, so you are going into the building, going up to the hole, and shooting a rocket launcher through it.
Then we are coming to, because we can't let you like kill everyone. We need to be there as well.
Okay.
Okay, so Perfidelity. How about you say what you want to do, and then we build it around that instead then?
Yeah.
Because I think like you're going inside the building. We can't be setting fire to a building. You're going inside.
No, I think Perfidelity stands like in the doorway. Go, set fire to the building. They will not escape. And I think, I don't know if I need to reason with you or tell you, just go, this is what I want.
I don't think there's any way you can persuade me to set fire to a building you're going inside.
Iskandaric says, that's Perfidelity. Just shoot the rocket launcher and come back out. Then we'll set the fire to the building.
Okay.
And
fires are scary. It's a house. You're going to die. I can't stretch. I can't like suspend my sense of disbelief enough to set fire to a building that my disabled squire is going to go inside. You know.
Yeah, why are we making this so difficult? You go inside the building. You fire the rocket launcher through the hole. You walk back out because you'll have and you'll get out faster than them because they'll have had a rocket launcher fired at them, and then we set fire to the building. Yeah. Easy peasy,
lemon squeezy.
Don't worry, we've done this like hundreds of times.
At this point, Cartometric raises his hand and his goggles off his forehead, and he goes, "Boss, one of them owes me money." He just points this out that he knows one of the people inside. He's actually quite good friends with him, and he owes him money.
I think Iskandaric will go. Are you serious? Now?
Just pointing it out. Just pointing it
All
out.
right.
I'll be compensated, right?
Come to me with your claim after we've dealt with this.
And I think Perfidelity turns on her heel and is going to go crouch down and execute the beast.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to spin this. I think that you are. I think that you are. Acting under fire, stick to your guns or hold it together under stress. Because I think this is a stressful situation. No matter how good a plan, you're going inside the building on a kind of rickety floor to shoot a rocket launcher through a hole. At there's a lot of things that could go wrong here. I don't think that it is something that requires strength, skill, great care, or patience or hard work. I think it's more of a stick to your guns or hold it together under stress. Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
Okay, I will back your play by giving you covering fire. I've got my own years going.
Okay. Sure. Start then by backing the play.
Yeah, that's +1. AW +1. Okay, that's an 8.
So, what it will cost you here, Tar-Minotaur, is I think that there is no way that you can hide what is going on from the people at the rail mall.
Okay.
There is no way that you can even slightly conceal this. You are willingly
That's fine.
setting fire to a house that some passengers of the rail mall went inside.
We'll explain that it's kosher afterwards.
Sure, but
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out that
That's fine.
That's
fine.
It will be completely obvious what has happened. This was no accident. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Perfidelity, I think you should take +1 armor in case this goes south.
Okay.
Do you think that's fair? Or would +1
No,
to the
that's
roads make more
fine.
sense? Okay, cool.
+1 armor it is.
Yeah. Act under fire then.
Yes.
Sounds
Not
good.
act in fire. I didn't let you do that.
Oh.
Fantastic, yeah.
It is a 7. So, what will it cost you? So you accomplish what you set out to do, which is you go up to the hole, you crouch down, you fire a rocket launcher through it, and you kill the beast instantly and painlessly. There's a big explosion. You probably kill some of the people in there as well, because there's a big explosion. The cage blows up. And what it will cost you...
See that gas station.
Yes. And what it will cost you is that the floor underneath you gives way and you fall into the basement.
Oh man! All right.
You were standing on a very, very rickety, chopped up floor as you were doing this, so I think it makes perfect sense. Like, the explosion knocks you slightly off balance, and then the floor just collapses because it has been cut up with a hatchet. It was not meant to stand up under this. And so you will fall into the basement surrounded by hostiles with the rocket launcher, and there will be a great deal of confusion. What do you do?
Oh, what do I do?
I think you
I
go
think
next
I'm good.
because you've gone, right? I think we should go. Is
Yeah,
it
you
fair?
guys. I think while there's that moment of like, oops, what's going on downstairs? You guys have an opportunity.
Yeah, I think Iskandaric sees you plop down into the hole. Maybe there's like a split second of but then she pulls out like a whistle, blows on it hard, which is just like the signal for like go.
Yeah, I think then I'm going to rush towards the hole with my flamethrower on.
Yeah,
and I'm going to jump down into the hole.
Okay. So I think Tar-Minotaur, you are trying something challenging. And this is challenging not only because you are jumping in the hole and it is, a fall. It is challenging because Thick as a Brick has the exact same idea, because Thick as a Brick really likes Perfidelity. And so as the go signal goes, Thick as a Brick will, without fear or hesitation, jump into the hole after his friend.
Why is that a problem for me?
Because you might knock into each other, like two people doing a jump at the same time.
Okay, so the
he
hole's
might
not
get
very
in your
big.
way.
You're two big lads. You might get stuck in the hole together.
Yeah, or one of you might knock the other over or land on the other or something. Like, two people jumping at roughly the same time is a dangerous and difficult proposition.
Okay.
So, I think you are trying something challenging. Roll with aggro.
Done.
It is a
So
9.
Mhm.
So, ask the MC what it will cost and decide for yourself whether to go through with it. And
Mhm.
yeah, I think what it will cost you here is that you will land on thick as a brick and hurt. If you'd missed, it would be the other way around. Now, you can pause and let him go in first. But if you just go in right away, then you guys basically tumble and fall on each other. You land on him, and you are wearing armor, so this will hurt. Or you take a moment and let him go in first and clear his way, but that will give the enemy some time to act.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I'm going to go in first. Well, I'm going to go in together, and well,
Yep. Okay, so thick as a brick goes in the hole. Split second later, Tar-Minotaur goes in the hole, lands on thick as a brick, who takes some harm.
Mhm.
Probably 2 harm. This is quite nasty. That's not
Mhm.
instantly fatal, but it's the next one up for an
Mhm.
NPC.
Mhm.
So yeah, there is a very unpleasant crunch.
Mhm.
But you land on your feet.
Yeah, good. Then I start flaming them, I guess. With
Okay.
the flamethrower. I don't know if that's already a roll or we see what Iskandaric's up to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Iskandaric.
well, we're. I think we're not all like the how many people does Iskandaric have left? Like 9 or 10 of us. We're not all going to go down the hole. I think we're going to go in through the stairs. Or
Yeah.
maybe Iskandaric is about to jump in through the hole, sees what's going on, and then signals, no, take the stairs.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I think going down the stairs is much safer, but you will arrive a moment later. So I will give Perfidelity and Tar-Minotaur a moment to go first. So Tar-Minotaur, you are opening fire, literally. Perfidelity, what are you doing as this is happening? Just to spotlight you for a quick second.
Oh, I think Perfidelity is going for Revolver Pinata specifically
Mhm.
with Phoenix Revolver.
Okay, you are
Firing
just
off
shooting.
a couple of shots. Yeah.
Okay, so we have limited time, but start with Perfidelity. You were just attacking someone. I don't think you were doing battle because Roller Pinata is not in a position to actually counterattack you, and you are. Let's say that the people are not prioritizing you; they are prioritizing Tar-Minotaur. So you just roll attack. I think, however, Tar-Minotaur is doing battle. Is this a fair interpretation?
That's fine.
Yep, good. So start with Perfidelity rolling attack.
Yep. Nice. Very
So,
nice.
inflict harm as established and choose 2. Inflict terrible harm, seize hold of something, get them out of your way, impress, frighten, or dismay them, or pin them down.
I mean, I think so. This is 3 harm for the revolver.
Yeah, if you inflict
think.
terrible harm, this will be an instant kill. So if
Yeah.
you go with that one, that's
Mark
just
off.
what happens.
Yeah. Mark off the ammo. Yeah, I think. Oh. No, I think this is instant kill from Perfidelity. So I'm going to choose inflict terrible harm. And I think I fight past him.
Yep. Get them out of your way.
Into the relative safety of the red demons. They trundle past.
Makes sense. So you fire the shot and scramble past them. I don't think this is very elegant because you just fell down a hole, but you draw the gun, you shoot Revolver Pinata in the heart. I think that's where your shot lands, like in the chest. He falls over backwards in great surprise.
Yeah, it goes through the business card.
Yes, very good. You rush towards the stair where the red demons are coming to back you up, and then Tar-Minotaur, you are doing battle against. I mean, it's a gang. I'm not going to say that all 20 of them are fighting you because some of them are dead and they're extremely disorganized. So you're in effect, you're probably only fighting like 4 or 5 people.
Okay.
But you are fighting 4 or 5 people, so they will take
Sure.
+1 harm, +1 armor for their. That is still how it works, yes? For outnumbering someone. Yep.
Are you backing my play, Iskandaric?
I guess so, because I'm here and
do that first then.
Just me bursting in should distract them from you. Right? Okay. So rolling HX?
Yes.
14.
Okay. You help
choose
out.
something to give me.
Yeah, I'm going to give you. Maybe you get +1 armor. Makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's fine for me.
Yeah.
I mean, do you prefer to do more damage or do you prefer to not take damage? Because I suppose,
No, I
if you
mean
do
that armor's fine. Thank you.
armor's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Mm.
Nice. Okay, time to do battle then with my flamethrower. So that's 2 rolls. That's an 8 and a 5. And 8 and a 5. Okay. I'm going to turn the. Yes, the one of them I can turn into a partial. I can either turn one into a partial or one into a full. Yes.
Yes, that seems right.
Mm-hmm. How much harm am I looking at taking?
So they do 2 harm with their spears, but then they do 1 more because they are a big gang. So 3, I think. And I don't know if armor piercing is a thing in this game, but I feel like the big boar spears kind of make sense for that.
Okay.
Or no, our AP just ignores armor, then never mind. No, that does not make sense actually.
Okay. I have 2 armor normally. I'm being given 1 more armor, so essentially I would take no harm normally.
Yes.
Unless
yes.
Unless I
But
take terrible harm for the
Yeah, if you miss, you take terrible harm. So
and
if you choose to miss to defend yourself, there will be 1 harm in the equation then. Otherwise, there will be 0.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to make my okay. Attack someone is at an 8. And act under fire is at 7. Is it fair?
Okay. Yes. So you will take the full harm, and thanks to the aid from Lady Iskandaric, who's I think just makes some people peel away here and not fight you. You take 0 harm, but you still make the harm move. But we'll save that for later. First, let's resolve your attack.
Yeah, okay. So I am doing environmental harm.
Yes.
1 environmental harm, fire, harness, close, messy. Fire means it sticks. It's messy because that's what it is. Environmental harm will cause this building, I think. Let's establish this because we haven't actually seen environment harm before. Give me a quick second. I know what it does to people. I'm looking for the rules for what it does to a building. 1 environmental harm. Inflicts severe cosmetic damage on buildings and structures, many holes or large holes, no intact glass, burning or smoldering.
Yep.
2 harm can blow through. Of course, we are not blowing through. I am inside the building.
Yep.
And what happens to people inside the building is that they take 4 harm armor piercing.
Yes. The people inside the building are flamethrowered. Like, there's no issue about this.
Yes.
I think, though, the situation here is if you do your 1 environmental harm, so you can step this up to do terrible harm with one of your options. If you do that, then the building will be ablaze. Then you are also destroying the building. I don't know if that's something you care about, but I think if the building is intact, there is still a chance for people to maybe escape or give up. If you choose to do terrible harm, then the building is on fire. I mean, you're in the building, so that's also a problem for you. But if you go that route, I think none of them can escape without your say-so. None of them effectively can escape without being let out if you do terrible harm to the building.
No, I think I'll just pin them down instead.
Okay.
Pin them down. Again, can I also make my way out? Is that a thing? Or is that a separate thing?
It's a separate thing, but they are immobilized, cornered, boxed in, because you still need to make your harm move. So the people nearest to you catch fire. The people furthest from you can't get out of the building because there's red demons. There's you in the way.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, next make the harm move with 0. That's an 8.
Yes, and now I need to look up the harm move here. Yes. So what will happen here is that I will spin this as you lose track of something or someone you're attending to. So you are stabbed a couple of times and you are forced away from Thick as a Brick, who is you. So Tar-Minotaur, Perfidelity, Iskandaric, and the Red Demons. You are all by the stairs. Thick as a Brick is on the floor, groaning, surrounded by fire, and he will almost certainly die unless someone rushes into the Inferno and saves him. This is the consequence of the harm move.
But not me. I can't do it because I can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You can't. What I'm telling you is because of the harm move, you can't stop and pick him up. You were by him. So the consequence here is you move away from him without thinking about this. because it's a chaotic and confusing situation.
Yeah,
Are you going to rush
I
into a
think,
fire to save your guy?
I think it's like in our nature to rush into and save our guy. I was gonna say we could rush in and start like axing and knifing people down anyway. And
Yeah.
as we
So
do that,
yeah, this is actually your cruise instinct. So if you don't want to rush in, Iskandaric, you have to roll leadership. But if you do want to rush in, then you're running your entire gang into danger.
Yeah. This is why I picked pin them down rather than do more harm, because we are inside this building.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'll describe what we would do, and then we can, I guess, roll whatever it is that we came into the stairs. There's like they're scattered. They're disorganized. They've got Tar-Minotaur among them.
Yeah.
So we just go in. We pick off the stragglers, knife
Mhm.
and next them, right?
Okay. So I think then the danger here is not the fire. If your goal is to just like kill everyone in the room to give you space to act sensibly, then I think you were also doing battle.
Okay.
I think you had the chance to just run away here, but if you want to rush in and save Thick as a Brick in this manner, then it is do battle. And you also roll 2 and assign 1 to attack and defense. So use the do battle macro, which was what? Exclamation point DB.
Are they still alive?
Well, there are some that are. Like,
Okay.
this all happened so quickly, right? You set fire to a whole mess of them. But I think if we're rushing in... So, how I'm framing this essentially is you can just leave them all to die if you're fine with Thick as a Brick dying alongside them. But if you're rushing in and engaging with them, then I think, you don't die instantly from being set on fire. So there's a general chaos and confusion. They're not very effective fighters, but they can certainly try to escape and throw themselves at the demons coming down the stairs as they try to get up the stairs and escape, right?
Okay.
So,
So I've got 7 and also 7.
Yeah, you got your hard is 3, your cool is 0, so you can turn one of these into a 10.
Yeah.
Turn one of these into a 10.
So if you do it defensively, then you take no harm.
I recommend doing
less
it
harm.
defensively because the building is
Yeah,
on fire.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna do it defensively. Turn the
Okay. So what I have established about these guys is they deal 2 harm. So that is, as established, what you were endangering yourself to. They are, however, on fire, so I'm going to give them -1 harm for that. Because they're disorganized fighters. And your gangs are roughly the same size, so there's no difference there. So you take 1 harm, and then you take less harm. So your gang takes 0 harm. And I don't think...
in that case, I mean, we also had armor, and in that case, should I have... Yeah. Wait, so the taking it to defense isn't really helping much? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I guess that. And the gang doesn't take the harm move, correct? I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't. Not for most NPCs. If you want to, you can, but I don't think these guys do.
No. So yes, I think Tar-Minotaur has set them up that they're not a very effective fighting force. So I'm going to say they deal a default of 1 harm. With your armor, you can tank that. So you don't have to assign this to defense. No.
Yeah, so let's assign it to offense instead, which is more our speed anyway, I think.
Okay.
To just,
Yes. So then what you are choosing is here, like you're sort of fighting the fire and the people at the same time. But I think a valid pick from your attack summon is to seize hold of something, that being Thick as a Brick.
Yep.
And then you can pick 1 more option because you got a 10 on attack.
Yeah, okay, so we seize hold of Thick as a Brick, and
you can choose Inflict Terrible Harm, get them out of your way, Impress, Frighten, or Dismay them, or pin them down. I think if you go with Inflict Terrible Harm here, then they die very quickly. They're dead either way, but if you go with that one, they die very quickly.
Yeah, let's kill them very quickly. Let them get out of the house on fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the honorable thing to do.
Yeah. So they get stabbed down. There is an absolute massacre. You get a quite injured Thick as a Brick out of the way, who, let me remind you, 2 harm is a lot for an NPC. He is fucked up.
Yeah.
But he is dragged out of the building. The people, the monster is dead. The people are dead. The building is crumbling, on fire. I mean, unless someone puts out the fire, it's still going to burn down. It's just going to do it slower than if Tar-Minotaur had decided to destroy it all at once. There is a great smoldering inferno, and you escape to find the entirety of the rail mall looking at what the fuck just happened. Because, I mean, there's quite a lot of people on the train who are certainly seeing this, and who are more than a little bit alarmed. And I think that is where we have to wrap on that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sounds good.
You've been listening to Desperate Attune Season 3, called No Anthem. I've been your host, Holly. With me have also been Zoheb, Aadiyat, Salty, and Tree. If you'd like to support our show, you can do so at patreon.com/desperateattune, which will give you access to our Discord and also give you access to our episodes 1 week early. If you'd prefer a one-time donation, you can do so at ko-fi.com/desperateattune, or you can buy our book Sunmirror at desperateattune.itch.io. The intro music is Steady Now by Waterflame, and the outro music is Ready Now, also by Waterflame. Our logo design is by Fahim Anzum Rumman. Thank you for listening to Desperate Attune, and we hope to see you again next episode.